Hi everyone, like I said, we are going to do Blastoise now, and these are Pokemon I have finished for a while. Also, hi, hello everybody. If you're new here, welcome. If you are not new here, then hello, welcome back, and thanks for watching. In both cases, of course. If you're new here and this kind of thing interests you, if you're, watch the vid for a little bit, listen to me talk for a little bit. If you're into this kind of thing, maybe check out the description. You got the link to the sheets. You can check out all this stuff for yourself, and there's a lot of it. You can come to the Discord server, chat in there, ask me questions, whatever it is, feel free. That being said, also subscribe. I'm gonna start plugging that in like the first 10 seconds. I'm sorry, I know it's annoying, but it helps. It actually does help. So do that, please, if you like this stuff. All right. That being said, we have Blastoise. I did these guys a while back, but I did make actually a lot of changes to them. In fact, I gave them a completely new ability at one point. Um, and it's awesome. I have a bias. I prefer Blastoise out of all three Kanto starters. I love all three, honestly. All three are pretty fucking cool, especially with their megas. But I have a slight soft spot for Blastoise. I just like him. I also like the changes to Blastoise the most. I think they're the most interesting. So, not that the other two are boring or anything. I just think Blastoise is like the Blastoise. Like his stats just bothered me. Like, is this just me, or it's definitely just me who actually analyzed this much? But like, if you look at his stats, like they don't make any fucking sense. Like, what the fuck are these? Like, why is he so weak and why is he so fast? Like, he's a giant fucking turtle with cannons, and his special attack set is 85, and then he has like higher special defense than physical defense. Like, it's just so fucking weird. It's some Gen 1 bullshit. What was his special stat in Gen 1? His special stat was 85? God, why? I would think at least his special stat was 105, and they just made a weird ass choice to not give him 105 special attack. I don't know, man. It's fucking weird. Um, but either way, and the speed is way too high. I mean, I know he can spin around, but he has rapid spin and shit for that. He doesn't need an actual good base speed stat for that. Like, it's not like it says that he spins extremely quickly in his shell all the time, to move around. He's whatever. All right. I know it literally says high speed tackles there, but I don't know, man. So that little rant being said, I heavily reworked Blastoise's stats. So Blastoise, something else I want to address before I talk about stats is the typing. Yes, Water Steel Blastoise makes sense. Yes, it's very cool. I think it's cooler to be able to pick which typing you want. If you want the pure Water Blastoise, you don't Mega Evolve. If you want the Water Steel, you're gonna Mega Evolve and get the Water Steel typing. I think that's really much cooler, and I also think it makes more sense for Mega to be Water Steel because he has the giant cannon. His body becomes like fused with the cannons as opposed to like only two cannons. I don't know. Water Steel fits fine on base Blastoise. Don't get me wrong, it fits totally well. But I prefer Water Steel on Mega, and then the pre-Mega has Steelworker, which essentially gives him Steel type Stab, which you might be thinking that's kind of lame because Steel type Stab is not that great, and you would be right, it's not amazing, but it's good. It covers Ice, it covers Fairy, it covers Rock, which Water already covers, but still, it's all right. It's nice, all right, especially because you have a lot of powerful Steel type moves, and it's just nice to be able to get Stab on that without actually getting the new weaknesses. Because although Water Steel is an amazing typing, Pure Water is also an amazing typing, one of the best typings in the game defensively, with literally just two weaknesses. So it's just really nice to have Pure Water Blastoise. In my opinion, I think it's cool to be able to pick between the options. As for your stats, let me take a sip of my water real quick. So, stat-wise, you are extremely powerful. You are much stronger, given the fact that they have giant fucking cannons that can punch through metal. I think 120 special attack and 160 special attack is much more warranted. I think you should have more special than Megazord Y, in my opinion. Just looking at Mega Blastoise, look at those fucking cannons. He's also huge, and he's a giant armored turtle, and he can also shoot physical objects out of his cannon. So like, it's not just water, it's also, like for example, if he uses surging strikes, he's going to shoot those out of his cannon, that kind of thing. Given the fact that it's projectile move now, it's no longer contact. It's not surging strikes in a traditional sense where it's like, oh, they're three punches in their water style. It's just fucking three strong. It's like Aqua Jet three times, but it's projectile. It's kind of fucking weird. Don't think about it too much, right? Don't think about it too much. So what was I saying? Physical attack is good on them as well, but their special attack is higher. They have less special defense and much more physical defense. Just logically looking at them, they're giant armored turtles. And they have also lost a large amount of speed. However, as we'll get into, they have incredible options to boost their speed with a lot of different ways. They have rapid spin, steamroller, agility, and then fucking shell smash at level 70, which is nuts. So Where to start, where to start, where to start. Pre-evolutions are very, very basic. I'm not going to waste too much time talking about these guys. They're good. Pure water type, solid stats. I mean, Wartortle's pretty quick. It's pretty bulky. It's pretty strong. Shell armor is nice just to not have to worry about crits, even if there aren't that many, if any, 100% crit rate moves before level 36. There's like none. Maybe Slash will be before 36, but most of them will get the critical hit rate moves later than 36. But it's just nice to not have to worry about crits. It's just nice, especially if you're like debuffing the opponent a bunch. Like let's say you're using, in this case you actually don't get any moves like that, but or a parting shot, I guess. But whatever. You're just debuffing them. It's nice not to worry. Ugh, God, I talk fast. It's nice to not have to worry about them critting through your stat drops. Regardless, it's just their first flavor. It just fits pretty well. And then Torrent is very nice. Torrent is better overall. You have Endure with these abilities, very strong. You can use pinch berries, lychee berry, pataya berry, salak berry. It's nice to have it. All right. You can also use Focus Sash. It's there, but I'm not going to talk about them anymore because they're pretty self-explanatory. Blastoise, though, man, I'm excited. So, new abilities. So I'll talk about base Blastoise in a second, but first I want to talk about Rapid Fire. Rapid Fire is a new ability I made. I customly created it, and if I can click it, please, thank you. What that does is it gives +3 priority to moves that either and on paper it just gives +3 priority to moves that hit either 3 times exactly or the multi-hit moves, meaning they hit 2 to 5 times. So like your Rock Blast, your Bullet Seed, that kind of thing. But I also made signature moves for other rapid fire Pokemon because it makes sense that they would use their like cannons for those moves, or in Hitmonchan's case, he just punches super fucking fast, which I like because it's like kind of a pun, rapid fire punches. But this is not a change video for them, and also both of these actually have change videos already. So if you're curious about these two mons, go check those videos out. I have to redo the Kanto videos, or I have to redo the change guides for the Kanto mons before Cloyster because I didn't make videos back then. I just would type them out, and I hated doing that. And I'm so happy I did this. It's so much more fun, and it's actually pretty good for promotion and stuff. People are actually coming to the server and checking out the hack and stuff because of it. So that makes me happy. I put a lot of work in this kind of stuff, so it feels nice to have people appreciate it and look into it and stuff. That's all. Not that's all. Sorry, I want to say that's it for that topic. God. You have Bubble Barrage. So Blastoise with Rapid Fire. It's amazing, all right? You're bulky as shit, you're strong as shit, you're slow. You can boost your speed in a lot of ways: Rapid Spin, Steamroller, and Shell Smash, and Agility. But you can also just use priority moves. So you have Aqua Jet, Bullet Punch. So Mega Blastoise, Mega actually both have, because technically Blastoise can get stabbed on Bullet Punch with Steelworker, so I'll just list them as if they're stabbed. So you have Bullet Punch, Aqua Jet, and okay, you have Snipe Shot too. I forgot about that shit, dude. Snipe Shot is fucking strong. So what was I saying? You have Aqua Jet, Bubble Shot, and I was blanking on the new name. Bubble Shot, Aqua Jet, and Bullet Punch for stab priority moves. You have First Impression, which is by ITM, and then you might even have Sucker Punch. I forget. You might have Sucker Punch. Let's see if I give him Sucker. I forget if I did or not. Doesn't really matter too much, but the point is that you have a lot of these 3 hitting moves and you have a lot of these 2 to 5 hitting moves. I did not get them Sucker Punch. Okay, doesn't matter. I don't really think it fits actually. So, oh god, it's so strong. Important things. Snipe Shot is similar to, it's almost like a rapid fire move because it's +3 priority. It's a signature exclusive move. There will be about maybe 5 or 6 Pokemon that get this total. Other mons that will be getting this are like Octillery, Clawitzer type mons, because they have like the cannons, they shoot things out of them. Octillery has the mouth that he shoots shit out of, Kingdra has the mouth, and then Clawitzer has the hand cannon. Excuse me, and all of the mons that get Snipe Shot get an ability to abuse it, which is really cool, and they're also just really powerful. So what that is it's 50 base power, but it always crits, and it's +3 priority. So it's essentially like Water Extreme Speed, but special and slightly weaker, but it also ignores like stat drops. So you can use, for example, Hydro Cannon. You can use Hydro Cannon, lower your special attack by 2, because if you guys are also new here, all of those moves, Psycho Boost, Hydro Cannon, Blast Burn, Land's Wrath, a bunch of new moves for pretty much almost every type, have equivalents to where they are 150 base power -2 offenses. So, that what is good normally, but it's even better when you consider that the crit bypasses that drop. So, yeah. You can use that in conjunction with Snipe Shot. So you can use a Hydro Cannon into a Snipe Shot, and then Snipe Shot ignores the stat drop from Hydro Cannon, is my point. So that's great. Snipe Shot is extremely powerful, 165 base special attack or 120 base special attack with choice specs. Shell Armor is much better on base Blastoise. So okay, I'm getting all over the place. I'm gonna cover base Blastoise, then I'm gonna talk about Mega Blastoise. All right. So stay tuned if you're interested in the other stuff Mega Blastoise has. The stats are much more logical now. Again, much more physical defense. Super fucking tanky guys. Still good special defense. For example, base Blastoise is excellent with Assault Vest. Mega Blastoise has 80, 140, 100 bulk. 100 special defense is much more reasonable. It's good. It's just not anything insane. And meanwhile, your physical defense. Basically, I just took it out of special defense, put it into physical defense, and then I buffed his offenses up a bunch. And then obviously the typing and the abilities and the moves and the move buffs and all that stuff. So, what I'd end up with, here's what I'll say. Actually, I'm already on the topic of rapid fire. May as well just talk about Blastoise first. Then I'll talk about Mega Blastoise first. Then I'll talk about base Blastoise. So, Mega Blastoise with rapid fire has access to at level 46, which is around the time you'll be getting Mega Blastoise at the earliest. That's the earliest you'll be getting it. I don't have the exact level filled out yet, but I put these moves later just because these are kind of useless on base Blastoise. Because you have Rock Slide and like Ice Punch and shit already, you don't really need these. They're only good for Rapid Fire. So what those do, it's 50 base power minimum, 125 base power max. Obviously, it's inconsistent. The average base power is 77.5. So about 78 base power. So you basically have like a 78-ish base power priority steel type, rock type, and ice type physical move with your 105 base attack. You have Tri Attack at level 38. Tri Attack hits 3 times now. So what Tri Attack is it's 35 base power per hit and hits 3 times. So it's for a net total of 105 base power. And it has a total of 27% chance to status with either Para, Burn, or Freeze each. Not 27% chance each, sorry, not each. 27% chance divided by 3 for each. So like whatever the fuck that math ends up being. Too lazy to do it right now. A little under 10% for each. So about 7%? Yeah. 9%. 9 times 3. 27. Yeah. God, sorry. God, it's so cool. I love the way what I did with Blastoise. Tri Attack is also rapid fire boosted, so despite not being stab, it is 105 base power and it's priority. So it's nice just to have it as an option for rapid fire sets. And then you will get access to you have access to Bubble Barrage at an early level. So Bubble Barrage is 20 base power per hit. It hits 3 times and it does -1 speed for each hit. So that's a total of -3 speed. And again, another thing you need to consider with these multi-hit moves is that they bypass stuff like Sturdy, multi-scale, super effective weakening berry. So for example, Bubble Barrage the first hit will trigger a Pastro Berry, and then the other 2 hits will not be weakened by the Pastro Berry. So Sturdy, multi-scale stuff, Silica Sash, all kinds of great stuff. Hitting multiple times is great. So having a 60 base power, -3 speed, multi-hitting priority move on rapid fire sets is also great. Of course, level 68, extremely level before the league. Basically, you're getting Snipe Shot, but that's very late in the game. But it's extremely powerful, so that's awesome. And then other rapid fire moves. I think that's almost it. Oh, God, how did I forget the best ones? So the coolest part of rapid fire is it makes physical Mega Blastoise extremely powerful. Despite having 40 less physical attack, it still has a very good 125 physical attack stat, and it has dual stab, surging strikes, and triple candidate. And triple candidate is such a perfect move for Mega Blastoise. I fucking love it. It's so cool. So what these are 25 base power per hit critical hit moves that are 90% accurate. And with rapid fire, those become priority. Those are +3 priority, not just +1. Those are +3 priority. Those are the same priority as extreme speed. So you have these 2 moves, and you also have Tri Attack there earlier on, just for neutral coverage. But Tri Attack, Searching Strikes for stab, it's so powerful. They also have Bypass Protect. It's excellent. It's so good. Physical Blastoise, very, very powerful with these 2 moves. Super awesome, super cool. That works great with Swords Dance. That works great with Bulk Up. Bulk Up / Swords Dance, triple candidate / Surging Strikes. You can really just go the fuck to town. It's so strong. It's really fun to use. It's really awesome. I know I keep repeating that, but it's just so cool. I really do like Blastoise more than the other 2. I love Zardex too. I like all of the Kanto stars a lot. I like them all. I think that the way the changes are working out, I think Blastoise is pretty cool, but I'm biased. Obviously, there's all subjective opinions. So some people are drooling over the Charizard, and some people are probably drooling over the Venusaur. It's all subjective shit. Why am I not just control F-ing? I fucked up. There we go. So, yeah, priority dual stab also just for regular sets. And then your other ability is Mega Launcher. And Mega Launcher, I sadly cannot reclass moves to be Mega Launcher boosted. I know it fucking sucks. I wish I could, but I can't. So there is a new move though that comes from Origin Pulse. So you have a Torrential Pulse. So essentially with Mega Launcher, you have Water Pulse, which it's reteachable by Tutor, and it's 90 base power, so it's 5 base power weaker than Surf. But Water Pulse has a 15% chance to boost all your stats by 1, which is huge. So very significant. And then your Mega Launcher moves are Aura Sphere, which is 90 base power, so it becomes 135 base power. Dark Pulse, which is 85 base power, and that becomes 128 base power. And then you have Dragon Pulse, which is 100 base power, becomes 150 base power. Obviously, Dragon coverage isn't the best, but it's solid enough, especially with the boost for Mega Launcher. Being a tutor move and all, you can just teach it whenever you need it. So say you want that very strong Dragon hit on something, has a 30% paralysis rate and stuff, you can use it. But the main draw of Mega Launcher late game is Torrential Pulse and the extreme power that comes with Torrential Pulse Mega Launcher. Torrential Pulse is 105 base power and 90% accurate, and it has the same effect as change these to variants. Actually, Control H, find clones, replace with, I like the word variant better. On this sheet only. I'll replace all on this sheet, it should be fine. And then clone with variant. Okay, cool. All right, sorry guys, I should have done that off screen, but I just want to do it now. No, what am I doing? Fucking, what was I looking at? Oh, I guess since I'm here, I'll show it already. You have Smart Strike, which boosts your accuracy, Dive, which boosts your accuracy, which is good for the slightly inaccurate moves you have, which you have a lot of. And then Rapid Spin is huge. Rapid Spin gives you +2 speed now, so that's really nice to have. Despite being normal coverage and not that great, it's really early on, and it's just nice to have that as the +2 speed option. So you can use that on like Assault Vest sets with like Power Up Punch and shit. You know, Power Up Punch, Rapid Spin, pretty cool. I consider giving them Charge Beam because they have the cannons and like Zap Cannon and shit, but it's a fucking reach, I'm not gonna lie. There is gonna be a fucking funny, I'm so excited to get this in Johto Monsoon. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. There's some cool ones. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Mega Launch is huge. Alright, point being, Torrential Pulse becomes 158 base power? Question mark? Yeah, 158 base power, and that's huge. That's stronger than fucking Hydro Cannon, dude. It's really powerful, and the only downside is it's 10% inaccurate. And again, 50% of the time, you're getting a +1 boost to all your stats, so it's huge. That's why it's went to level 64. However, Rapid Fire is, I don't need to explain why that's amazing. So again, you can swap between your abilities. All of the Mega Launcher moves are tutor moves and TM moves, besides Torrential Pulse. So it's nice to have. It's nice to have these options by TM, and then you have the Rapid Fire moves by level up. So yeah, you have tons of new coverage. Nothing too crazy, just a lot of solid coverage moves. It's just really solid coverage. I don't need to like really list all these. You guys can read. Swords and Bulk have a great setup. For special setup, you have Z Lock On. Z Lock On gives you +3 special attack. So what you can do is you can use Blastoise, click Z Lock On, and then click fucking Snipe Shot, and just go to town, dude. You can get +3 special attacks, priority Snipe Shots off, and it's really, really strong. I talk loud. I just took my headset off to like scratch my ear, and I realized how loud I'm talking. Headphones be like that. Super strong, super powerful. Lock-on's great. Only downside is useless without the Z move, but obviously Z move also ignores taunt, so it's basically like a power glow in terms of like how powerful boosting it is. Other cool stuff. Physical sets can run Steamroller. Steamroller is 100 base power, 30% flinch rate, +1 speed. So it's kind of like Flame Wheel and Zing Zap and all these other moves that boost your speed, meaning that it will give you that +1 speed boost as well as being a reliable, strong, 100% accurate bug type move for coverage, which is nice. You also have First Impression and Lunge and Signal Beam and other stuff oh crap, where's Signal Beam at? Huh. Oops, let's just throw that in there. We have the room. Jesus, I don't know how I missed that. Did they not get Signal Beam before? That seems weird to me that they didn't. Maybe that's why I just didn't throw it on there. No, they got it. Yeah, that was just an accident. Oops. Well, let's throw that on there. I'm pretty sure. I bet you if I check the files, they probably have it. I probably just forgot to put it on a sheet. Happens sometimes. Be like that. Signal Beam. Let's check the files and make sure that they have it. Blast. Come on. Yep, they have Signal Beam. All 3 of them got it. that was just an oversight. All right, that's fine. So that's, yeah, you got Similian, First Impression, Lunge, and Steamroller. Super strong. I'm so excited for these guys. I'm so excited for so many mons. I was thinking of another rapid fire Pokemon that I'm getting to eventually, in Johto. But yeah, Metal Burst is good for utility. Haze is good for utility. Soak is good for utility. Aqua Ring is reliable recovery. So you can run bulky sets on Blastoise. You can run really good bulky sets. Another good thing, and another thing that I need to cover, is that Megas are not necessary upgrades, in the sense that the pre-mega form is just as good and just as viable and situationally even better than the mega. So in this case, you get to hold an item, you get 2 different abilities, although you can argue Mega Launcher are better, but situations will come where Shell Armor is very useful. So you have Ruthless, which is a new ability, which a lot of Pokemon will get, and it's very strong. And a lot of other Pokemon, despite not having Ruthless, will have access to all of these critical hit moves. These crit 100% of the time with Scoplins. These just crit 100% of the time, all the time. So ignoring the crit with Shell Armor is very useful, especially on a fully evolved Pokemon. It's not as useful on the pre-evolutions, but it's very good on Blastoise. Like, don't sleep on it. It's a really nice utility ability. It's nice to not have to worry about crits as well from, so you can set up, so you can use Iron Defense or Withdraw. Withdraw gives you +1 at both your defenses. Iron Defense gives you +2 defense and is reteachable via Tutor. So use those in conjunction with Aqua Ring, and you can get some you can get super tanky really quickly. You can also make use of Metal Burst very nicely. You have Gyro Ball, which is very powerful. So Gyro Ball with your lower speed stat, and Steelworker Boost / Steel Stab on Mega Blastoise is very nice. And Gyro Ball will also lower your speed by -2 after you use it, making the next Gyro Ball extremely powerful. So that's really nice to have. Water Spat is kind of niche because you're not very fast. Even like Scarf sets are kind of slow, but you could probably run a Scarf set with like max speed and probably outspeed some stuff. I'm actually curious what that hits. Probably not super impressive, but I'm not going to do a plus speed nature. Let's say you're neutral nature. Yeah, that's kind of shitty. But if you're plus speed nature, then you're hitting a decent speed tier, I guess. So you could totally do that. You can also run Shell Smash with Water Spout, but that's kind of bad because you would be lucky not to take damage. But you can do like a Z Shell Smash type beat while they taunt you, and G Smash will bypass it. I don't know why I'm giving people these secret sleeping techniques. It's probably gonna make the game easier, but who cares? It's still harder to pull off than you would assume. That's cool to have. Again, Shell Armor is great. Assault Vest sets on base Blastoise are great, and another great advantage of Blastoise is the fact that it's pure water. So, like I said earlier at the beginning of the video, you can just Mega when you need to, and then when you don't need that extra weakness with the Steel, you don't need that ground weakness, you don't need that fighting weakness, then you can just run base Blastoise with Assault Vest, because base Blastoise with Assault Vest is actually especially much bulkier than Mega Blastoise. So that's all great stuff. Yeah, tons of great coverage. Tons of great stabs, strong stab moves. Shell Smash is that's incredibly powerful on both Mega Blastoise and Base Blastoise. Don't need to cover, but that's good. Yeah, I think that's about it for this one. Not too much else to cover. I mean, I got everything. I think touched on everything. Yeah. Shell Armor is good. Steelworker is situational but good, so that you can just swap between these two abilities. So you're probably going to want that Steel move on your Blastoise, and if you don't want it, then you can just use it, TM and Tutor, and teach yourself Flash Cannon. Flash Cannon is extremely powerful, 110 base power, so that's great. Iron Head and Smart Strike are 80 and 75 base power respectively, and then of course Triple Candidate is extremely powerful, being effectively 113 base power, but it hits 3 times and it crits and all that good stuff. So yeah, super strong stuff, super cool mon, super fun to use. Heavy Slam's good on it too. I don't think I missed anything. Skull Bash is niche, but it's good at level 42. It's really good. Skull Bash essentially gives you a coil boost now, so you'll get +1 defense on the first turn, and you'll get +1 attack and defense on the second. Sorry, +1 attack and accuracy on the second turn. So that's pretty good. You could run like a Skull Bash set for sure, although Skull Bash is better on Pokemon that get Stab on it, or Hustle Pokemon, or Pokemon with Aerolate, Pixelate, Galvanize, or Refrigerate. Those are like the main contenders for Skull Bash. Stab, normal types, Hustle Pokemon, and then Pokemon with like the Pixelate type abilities. But it's still nice to have on this Pokemon nonetheless. It's nice as an option. Like I said, Spike Cannon, Rock Blast, Icicle Spear are your earlier rapid fire options alongside Tri Attack, and then later in the game you actually also have Bubble Barrage. If you cap Bubble Barrage, that's a big reason. So say you're using War Total, you should probably keep Bubble Barrage for rapid fire if you are running special Mega Blastoise with rapid fire. Something to keep in mind. Yeah, great mon, super powerful, super strong, super fun to use. I think it's about it. Thanks for listening. If this interested you, if this captured your attention, if this seems something you would want to play, if this seems like something you're interested in, please check out my Discord server. Please support my work and stuff. That helps me a lot, motivates me to keep going. You know, although I'm gonna get this done no matter what. I mean, this is my own passion project. This is very self-indulgent. I'm gonna enjoy playing it myself. I know you don't really hear that very often from ROM hackers. They probably just, I don't know why they do it, but it's like a lot of them tend to not make it so they can play it themselves. I feel like maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they do, but this started off as something like back years ago when I first started doing hacks. It was literally just because I wanted to make, like, I was not satisfied with the way that current hacks handled shit. I didn't like the buffs they were giving. I didn't like the lack of effort they were putting in. I didn't like, or perceived lack of effort. I don't want to accuse them of being effortless, especially because some of them do put in a lot of effort as well. I don't want to downplay that, but you know, it didn't satisfy me and my personal wants, and I had a couple friends that voiced the same issues, and so I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna make my own. You know the fucking Thanos meme. Fuck it, I'll do it myself. That's really what I went through. And now I'm here, and I'm really experienced with this kind of stuff now, and I'm really happy I went down this path. This is unrelated as hell, and I should shut up because this is not very relevant. But yeah, thanks for listening to this, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will be back for more. We are done with starters now, so yeah. Thanks everybody.